Watershed Institute is a program that is focused on conservation and protection of water resources here in the Adirondack Park. We draw from the expertise of our diverse faculty, and perhaps most importantly, our work is done by students. The program focuses on two areas of work: invasive species and water quality. We operate the largest invasive species spread prevention program in the region, what we call the Watershed Stewardship Program. We are staffing students at New York State DEC boat launch sites throughout the Adirondack Park.
I inspect all the incoming and exiting watercrafts and trailers for any aquatic invasive species, just to make sure that they're not transporting anything out of this lake and bringing it somewhere else, or bringing something else from somewhere else and introducing it into this body of water.
And our stewardship program is widely regarded as the premier invasive species spread prevention program in the Adirondack region, and it's a model for other programs throughout New York State and other states as well. We also run an invasive species monitoring program.
I work for the Adirondack Watershed Institute, and we're going to do aquatic plant surveys, basically looking for invasive species and mapping the abundances and distributions of aquatic plants in this water body. We do this for most water bodies in the western Adirondacks that drain into the St. Lawrence River and into the Great Lakes watershed.
And when a new infestation of invasive species is detected, then we do what's called rapid response, which is a very important aspect of invasive species management. The goal there is to actually eradicate any organisms that are found within the water body. So that crew spends the summer working throughout the Adirondack. So that's a regional program, just like the Watershed Stewardship Program.
Here at the Watershed Institute, with the Stewardship Program, we've been working on some milfoil research.
What we're doing here is measuring the effects of pH and temperature on variable leaf milfoil, which is a plant that's native in Florida, but it's invasive up here in New York.
We're trying to possibly predict the effects of climate change here in the Adirondacks, seeing if it will possibly increase the spread of invasive species.
We're interested in taking environmental samples. It could be something as simple as mud or maybe a film on a surface like a boat dock or launch, and determining what species live in a body of water based on the DNA. And then we go after the information contained in that DNA. It's kind of a strange thing to think about, that there's information contained in mud, but there is, lots of it. In particular, we're looking at little animals. We're looking at invasive bivalves. We're looking at zebra mussel and Asian clam. And in the Adirondacks, neither are present yet. So we're hoping that this will be a very sensitive indicator of early infestation. And we're looking to see if it's cost effective and easy enough that we can do it on a large number of samples. And so far, we've had really exciting results.
We run a program called the Adirondack Lakes Assessment Program, which is a regional lake water quality monitoring program, which basically uses citizen scientists to collect water samples from regional lakes. And those samples are brought back to our state-of-the-art environmental laboratory.
And the Adirondack Watershed Institute does monitoring and research on well over 100 water bodies, lakes, streams, and rivers. And that's what I've been working on right here. I'm actually doing some nutrient analysis, looking at nitrogen concentration in some of our water bodies that we're studying.
One of the ideas behind the lake assessment program that we are running is to really build a regional database of water quality that then can be used to understand human impacts on our water resources within the Adirondack Park. Based partly on our work, which was published in a scientific journal, along with the two student co-authors, the New York State Department of Transportation has started to alter their winter road management practices. So it's a good example of our lake water quality data being used in an applied sense to affect real change, which is one of the real missions of our program.